Take a deep breath, and let the room around you soften for a moment. Today, we're stepping into a world where interiors are not loud, not overwhelming, not chaotic, but instead deeply calming, beautifully intentional, and quietly luxurious. A world where color becomes emotion, where texture becomes a voice, and where simplicity becomes the most elegant expression of style. This is the story of the modern neutral palette living room. A space shaped by warmth, depth, balance, and clarity. A space designed to calm your senses and elevate your everyday life. So let's begin, slowly, intentionally, and explore how neutral living rooms create comfort, beauty, and harmony through thoughtful design. The beauty of neutral foundations. A neutral foundation is the heart of modern living rooms. It is where the design begins, where the atmosphere takes shape, where the energy of the room is defined. Unlike bold palettes that compete for attention, neutral colors collaborate, they work together like gentle layers of air. Whites open the space. Beiges soften the mood. Taupes add depth. Grays bring balance. Stone and sand tones ground everything. In a world filled with visual noise, this palette becomes a sanctuary. It's calming because our eyes naturally relax when colors are soft and harmonious. It's timeless because neutrals don't follow trends, they set trends. And it's versatile because these tones adapt to any style, any architecture, any mood. Neutral foundations allow the room to breathe. They create space for textures to shine, for materials to speak, for light to dance across surfaces without interruption. The living room becomes a canvas, pure, quiet, balanced, ready to reflect the story you want your home to tell. A well-designed neutral foundation is never flat. It is layered. Think of warm white walls with beige undertones, taupe furniture with subtle gray notes, creamy textiles paired with soft clay accents. Each tone fades gracefully into the next, creating a dreamy, cloud-like environment where the boundaries between surfaces feel fluid and gentle. This foundation sets the emotional tone of the room: soft, clean, balanced, grounded. It's the kind of space that makes you exhale the moment you walk in. Modern minimalism in living spaces. Minimalism is often misunderstood as cold or empty. But modern minimalism, especially when paired with neutral palettes, is warm, breathable, and beautifully human. It isn't about removing things. It's about removing what doesn't matter so what does matter can shine. A modern minimalist neutral living room feels open and easy to navigate. The furniture layout is simple, but intentional. Nothing feels random, everything feels placed with purpose. The sofa is often low and inviting, with clean geometry that gives the room structure. Accent chairs may be curvy, balancing the linear lines with softness. The coffee table becomes a sculptural element, rounded edges, natural stone, matte surfaces that feel organic and calming. Minimalism creates a rhythm in the room. You notice the negative space, the breathing room, between objects. That space is part of the design. It allows your eyes to rest, to move comfortably, to appreciate the room without overwhelm. And here's the beautiful truth: minimalism plus neutral palettes equals emotional clarity. The room feels lighter. Your thoughts feel clearer. Your mood feels calmer. This is modern minimalism, not as a trend, but as a lifestyle. Texture as the voice of the room. In neutral living rooms, texture becomes the star. Without bold colors, texture takes on a bigger, more emotional role. It becomes the voice that expresses the personality of the space. Boucle upholstery adds warmth and tactility. Linen brings breathability. Velvet introduces quiet luxury. Wool grounds the space underfoot. Natural wood softens the aesthetic. Stone adds weight and permanence. Each texture creates a layer of sensory experience. Each material tells its own story. Imagine running your hand across a stone coffee table, cool, grounding, calming. Contrast that with the softness of a knitted throw or the plush depth of a wool rug. These sensations build a quiet richness that color alone could never create. Texture also creates visual depth. Even in a monochrome palette, varied textures prevent the room from feeling flat. Instead, shadows become deeper, surfaces become more interesting, and the entire room feels dimensional and alive. Texture is the secret ingredient that makes neutral living rooms feel luxurious, even when the color palette is simple. Light as the silent sculptor. Light is the most powerful designer in any room. In a neutral palette living room, it becomes the silent sculptor that transforms the atmosphere throughout the day. Morning light feels clean and fresh, giving the room an airy brightness. Soft shadows appear behind furniture, creating depth. The walls glow gently. The room feels like a peaceful beginning. Afternoon light brings warmth. Grays turn softer, beiges look golden, and whites take on a creamy, comforting tone. This is the moment of day when the neutral palette feels the most welcoming, almost wrapping the room in warmth. Evening light, artificial light, brings intimacy. Warm LED strips underlined shelves, highlight architectural lines, and enhance the softness of the palette. Lamps become emotional beacons that guide the eye and create little pockets of comfort. Light doesn't just illuminate, it shapes mood. It defines form. It highlights texture. It creates drama without intensity. A neutral living room shines most when the lighting is layered, ambient, task, and accent lighting working together to create a room that feels alive from sunrise to midnight. Subtle decor, strong character. Neutral living rooms thrive on subtlety. When the palette is calm, small details become powerful. Decor is never about quantity, it's about curation. A single vase with sculptural curves can create a focal point. A ceramic bowl can bring handcrafted texture. A minimal stack of books becomes a story anchor. A framed monochrome artwork becomes an emotional statement. The room doesn't need loud colors because the beauty lies in the details. The neutrality allows decor to be appreciated for its form, its craftsmanship, its authenticity. Greenery adds life. A tall olive tree, a palm leaf, or a few eucalyptus stems shift the energy instantly, adding gentle movement and organic contrast. This is how subtle decor builds strong character, through thoughtful placement, intentional curation, and emotional resonance. The luxury of calm, balanced living. Luxury is not defined by how much you have, it is defined by how a space makes you feel. And nothing feels more luxurious than calm. A neutral living room creates emotional stability. It calms the mind. It invites clarity. It gently supports your daily routine. The palette is soothing. The textures are comforting. The space feels open and breathable. Luxury is found in softness, in balance, in the absence of chaos. It's found in the quiet details, the smooth surface of a stone table, the softness of a fabric, the subtle shadows on a wall. Neutral design doesn't ask for attention, it earns it. And the result is a lifestyle that feels elevated, refined, and deeply peaceful. Personalized harmony in neutral spaces. A truly modern neutral living room isn't just about color, texture, or layout. It's about how it reflects you. Personal touches transform calm, elegant spaces into homes that feel alive and uniquely yours. Small, intentional elements, like a family heirloom, a piece of travel-inspired art, or a favorite sculptural object, create a narrative. Even in a neutral palette, personality shines through. Neutral rooms offer a versatile backdrop that grows with you. You can change textiles, artwork, or lighting over time without disrupting harmony. Each addition or adjustment enhances comfort and style, keeping the space dynamic yet balanced. This is the beauty of personalization. The room stays serene, minimal, and elegant, but every detail tells a story. It's a home that listens, adapts, and evolves with your life, combining calmness with individuality. Thank you for being part of this journey. Modern neutral living rooms are more than interiors, they are experiences. They remind us that simplicity is powerful, that calmness is beautiful. And that home should be the place where your mind and soul rest effortlessly. Until next time, keep designing intentionally, keep curating with care. and keep building a home that feels as peaceful as it looks. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the elegance of modern neutral living rooms. I hope this exploration has inspired you to see your own space in a new light and to appreciate how calm, balanced design can transform not just a room, but how it makes you feel every day. Remember, it's not about having the most furniture or the boldest colors, it's about intention, harmony, and thoughtfully chosen details. Every texture, every light, every small accent can contribute to a home that feels both peaceful and deeply personal. Take these ideas, adapt them to your life, and let your living space reflect your style, your comfort, and your personality. Until we meet again, keep designing with care, curating with intention, and enjoying every moment in the home you create.